So I know whoever's looking at this channel at whatever point in time, um, this is all new for me, and I thought I'd better just kind of let you know really why I'm here. um, for me, it's the main reason is I've had a massive life change. Well, for me, it's massive. I have been having an unusual episodes, shall we say, that's what I call them, for nearly 3 years now, and they don't know, like the doctors don't know yet what they are. They are currently undiagnosed. They're not worrying as such, more time consuming, out of control in a way, as in I can't control or I don't know the trigger to what causes them yet. But I know when they're coming, I get a feeling, and then I kind of have to go with it really. I can't really do anything about it. And it basically means that I will stop moving and talking, although remain completely conscious for anything from 15 to 45 minutes. They started off being very irregular, and then they became more regular, sort of from January this year, I suppose, the end of last year. And so it was like 2 or 3 a week. And because of that, work were obviously aware of what was going on. They'd happened at work sometimes, or when I was working. And then in May, they started to cluster, and I don't know why. I've been told in the past it's linked to my anxiety. I have severe anxiety that I manage, and I'll go into that in a minute. But yeah, so I'd always just accepted that it was part of my anxiety. Now, with the clustering and with them becoming more frequent, it had already raised concerns that it might not be anxiety related, just because they were happening so often. And I was calm. In May, especially, life was calm and it was good, and my head felt clear and, happy. I'm a happy person anyway. I do count my blessings. I don't tend to have the depression that usually goes with anxiety, and I do count my blessings every day for that. I don't know how people with the double struggle manage, but well done. Yeah, so May they started clustering. I had like 18 or something in 2 weeks. I was having multiple a day, and they leave me, when they're big ones, feeling very, very weak, very wishy-washy, not being able to really do anything, can't really comprehend or focus much. Anyway, that's them. Work made me go sick. I was fine to keep working. They made me go sick. And then under a month later, they made me redundant. So that was August the 21st. It was not a happy experience. I was very happy in my job. I loved my colleagues, loved my job. It was all brand new. I was learning new skills. And you can ask anyone. If you asked anyone who was around me, they'd tell you the same. It left me feeling very upset, very bitter, very unvalidated, very useless, and unwanted. And it made me feel, as I'm sure a lot of other people with mental health have the feelings as well. I'm sure they do. Can't be the only one. It's all I ever get told. You're not the only one. It's very common. It doesn't always feel like that. But I felt like, again, it's not the first job I've had. Obviously, I was only there just over 2 years. I didn't fit, and that's been a common feeling, I suppose, especially when it comes to jobs, because not only do you have to make it work for your own mental health, but now as a mother, has to work around family life, which is, for me, doesn't budge. That's the stand, that's the cement, that's the stone that I work around. So it became really hard. And because I haven't got a diagnosis for what's going on with me, I can't actually look for another job because I don't know if I can work. My anxiety was rising anyway because of going back to my previous job. I was already getting nervous about that. I'm a creature of habit, and I'd got into a habit of working, and then I was taken out of the habit of working, and then I was going to have to go back into the habit of working. Now I don't know what my new habit might be. I don't know how that fits, and I don't know what struggle that will mean for me. If you have anxiety and you choose not to be beaten by it on a daily basis, you will know that it is a daily fight, hourly fight sometimes, and it's exhausting, physically and mentally exhausting, and I'm tired. I've had it all my life, and I mean all my life, been therapist all of my life, and it is tiring. You're not the only one if you think that. I know I'm not the only one. I know I get told it, and I know I feel it, but I know I'm not the only one. The struggle is real. Anyway, I've had scans and things, MRIs and everything. They've been really thorough. And one neuroconsultant has told me there's nothing structural with my brain wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. And there's nothing wrong with my spine. There's nothing structural, which is great news, isn't it? It's really great news. But what it means is they still don't know. And it means there's still no treatment. And it means I still need to wait, which is hard to deal with it. I'm not like that. I'm a planner and I'm in limbo currently, and it's really hard. So I needed distractions, and that's why I started this channel, through the inspiration of others and talking about it. But I didn't only need it for distraction, I needed it to see if, for once in my life where I had no other option, I could not worry about a career because something gets in my way. I could not worry about bringing in a massive income or any income, to be honest, at the moment. I could just focus on kind of a bucket list of things I wanted to do. So I am. That's why I'm here. I am fighting, basically. I am distracting. I am trying. And I am trying to fit in to something that seems to allow lots of different types of people to fit into. I don't fit in many places because of how I think, because of what my head tells me. I control a lot of things in my life to help balance my life, and some people would say that's not the right way to go about things, and I know that, I do. But also it is a way that I cope. Also, I cope by telling people I have severe anxiety, because sometimes, through no fault of our own, we look really selfish. I think I look really selfish sometimes because I will instantly circle in and just cluster around my own worries. And sometimes I don't hear other people because something they've said has inspired some manifestation in my head, some crazy thought in my head. And I say crazy because sometimes they really are crazy, and I acknowledge that. And because of that, I hear nothing else. I see nothing else. I'm completely in control of only my thought. And actually, I'm not in control of that. That thought is in control of me. And so I'm currently receiving some therapy over the phone to manage this possible spiraling that can happen. And I'm proud of myself because I noticed it before it happened. That's never really happened before. So this is a good thing. I'm only 41. It took me this long, but I've got there, and that's a good thing. So yeah, I came on here today to say, I'm just being honest with you, I guess. That's why I'm here. I don't know what is coming. I don't know what to do. I'm just being honest. I really don't. And I'm just bringing you along for the ride, I guess. Because I'm hoping that if I get a diagnosis, this will be a pathway. This will be a pathway to help me cope, because already from what I think could be going on, which I don't know, but if it is something mental, as it's suggested, because it's not physical, that means more therapy. And more therapy means more battles. And unfortunately, these battles aren't just in my head, they are physical, and they are seen, and they are embarrassing. And people, when they're around, when they happen, they say, oh, don't be embarrassed, you know, we know what's going on. But there's, you know, there's only so many times you can lay motionless or sit motionless with friends or family or strangers and not feel embarrassed. It's limited. It is limited what I can do physically, as in walking. I like walking. I'm not really walking because I don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how vulnerable you feel. Maybe actually some of you do. Anyway, I digress. I'm a waffler. I don't know it. I'm hoping this channel will help me with a diagnosis and help from the community. I hope my channel allows others to see that you are not alone, and to seek help when you need to, if you need to. Friends and family are fantastic sounding boards, but sometimes, and there's no shame in it, you need a professional person. The professional person I spoke to today is going to help me with kind of wiring my brain, which I've done before, and it does work. It's really hard work, but I'm still here, so it must work somewhere along the line. You'll never get total control, I don't think. Partial control is good enough though, just to manage and get through the days. And sometimes you don't have really many negative thoughts at all. I won't say any, because sometimes they become such a part of you, you don't really know. I don't always know until I think back and I think, oh, that was a bit of a pants thought. My professional, like I say, is going to try and rewire my brain. And I'm the one who's got to do the hard work. But she's got the know-how. And with that, I thought this is one of the reasons I've come on here as well. After hearing what she said, I thought, do you know what? Maybe not a lot of people want to go to a professional, but I know I'm not a professional. I've said that many times before. She has told me my homework set is to write down the thoughts. And I have been doing this, and I can't tell you, writing down the thoughts that come into your head, when they come into your head, what they are, and what you're doing at the time. Oh my God. Instantly, for some of those thoughts, I would say 90% of those thoughts go instantly. You know, when you have one of those negative thoughts and it's just pinging around in your head, literally pinging in your head, stops that. It just goes. Write the thought down. And that's my message today. I think I'm going to just focus on that right now. In the video right now, that's the message I'm sending. For those of you who struggle with your thoughts and with your head, which is also beautiful most of the time and is your own, write the thoughts down. I put mine on my phone because I always have my phone with me, because that's the world we live in. And I think that will help some of you. And then when I learn something else, I'll come and share it with you. Not because I'm trying to take the professional space, not because I know it all, but because I'm hoping that one of my core elements, something that I know I want people to know about me, is helping. One of those will be fulfilled. And if I'm fulfilling one part of me, then maybe it will fulfill one part of you, and maybe that will help you fulfill one part of someone else. So it might work, mightn't it? Yeah, I didn't know where this video was going, but I think that's where it's going. I think if you're having those thoughts, seek professional help. But my immediate advice would be start writing them down and you will feel immediately better. I will update you to see how mine go. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. Maybe not in detail because that's private. But anyway, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Yeah, okay. Game plan. Cool. I'll see you soon.